And I'm all for that. TC taking a little time away from the basketball thing and, going back home and doing what she got to do. But we have to get back to business, and that is this basketball team getting ready for their next matchup, going up against the Phoenix Mercury. Now, DeWanna Bonner had a little drama for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure when she speaks to the media today, we're going to find out something. And it's going to be a whole lot of ruckus leading up.
DeWanna Bonner makes her return to Indianapolis as the Indiana Fever prepares to face the Phoenix Mercury in their upcoming matchup. The former Fever player has been delivering exceptional performances for Phoenix, appearing to have found her rhythm with the Mercury squad in ways that weren't evident during her time in Indiana. Currently, Caitlin Clark remains away from Indiana, spending time in Iowa where she's been involved in community initiatives, distributing basketball courts and recreational facilities to local youth. This charitable work keeps her occupied while the team prepares for their next challenge against the Mercury. The upcoming contest presents unique storylines, particularly with Bonner's homecoming to Indianapolis. Her performance level with Phoenix has raised eyebrows as she seems to have elevated her game significantly since joining the Mercury roster.
And it's going to be a whole lot of ruckus leading up to this game with DeWanna Bonner coming back to Indianapolis. Now, with that, I'm done talking. Let's head on over to YouTube. If you guys have not subscribed to Tony East, I highly recommend you guys subscribe to the young man channel. He be having a press conference quick, fast, and in a hurry. He's the fastest one that be dropping them. Let's go.
So how did it come together?
Yeah, I think we had runs when we needed to make runs. We got defensive stops when we needed to get them. I think we were just inconsistent. We were.
Head coach Stephanie White addressed the media regarding the challenges Phoenix presents as an opponent. She emphasized the difficulty teams face when traveling in this league and acknowledged the internal obstacles her squad overcame during their recent victory on the road. When discussing Phoenix as an adversary, White highlighted their roster depth and versatility. She specifically mentioned the challenge of facing multiple elite players, noting how Phoenix excels when they spread the court effectively and connect on perimeter shots. The coach stressed the importance of defending the three-point line and maintaining disciplined coverage schemes. White acknowledged Bonner's seamless integration with Phoenix, describing how well she complements her teammates and adds a different element to their offensive system.
To get them, I think we were just inconsistent. We weren't always locked into our coverage. They made some big runs. We lost some three-point shooters, but although it's tough to win on the road in this league, and so for us to go in and to fight through some internal adversity throughout the course of the game, to be able to answer runs and to get a tough win on the road was important for us.
Weird to be this deep in a season and haven't played a team yet. What makes Phoenix such a challenging opponent?
Well, certainly their roster. They've got so many capable players.
The coach admitted it would be unusual to game plan against someone she previously coached, but expressed satisfaction seeing Bonner thriving in her current situation. The Mercury's offensive capabilities were further discussed, with emphasis on their multiple scoring threats and experienced players. Recent roster changes have transformed Phoenix compared to the previous season, creating new challenges for opposing teams. Sophie Cunningham also spoke about the matchup, sharing her perspective on facing her former organization. She reflected positively on her 6-year tenure with Phoenix, mentioning the lasting relationships and memories created there.
Players, AT is always a tough matchup with her ability to play the point forward, her IQ, her ability to get everybody touches, and obviously when you have two of the best 4 players in the league and her and Satu, it makes it really, really tough from a matchup standpoint. And they're at their best when they're spreading the floor and they're knocking down shots. So we've got to do a really good job of taking care of the 3-point line and being disciplined in our coverages.
So her saying that is her knowing that DeWanna Bonner is.
Despite these connections, Cunningham emphasized her commitment to Indiana and viewed Phoenix simply as another obstacle toward their goals. Cunningham noted Phoenix's offensive weapons and veteran leadership, acknowledging the quality of their roster additions. She stressed the importance of aggressive defense and maintaining offensive rhythm for Indiana's success. Regarding potential awkwardness in facing former teammates, Cunningham dismissed such concerns, explaining that roster changes are commonplace in professional basketball. She appreciated the opportunity to maintain relationships with former colleagues while focusing on competition.
Her saying that is her knowing that DeWanna Bonner is actually playing better for Phoenix than she ever did in Indiana, which is very spooky. That is very spooky to me because you would have thought that, former coach, former player coming to the same damn team, you would have got a better performance out of DeWanna Bonner. But that just wasn't the case. I mean, she's been balling, bruh. I just can't even lie. Let's pull up some here. Let me see the Mercury. So the game come on tomorrow. Let me check.
The Chicago game performance drew criticism from players and coaches alike, with acknowledgement of inconsistent play on both ends of the court. Despite securing the victory, the team recognized areas needing improvement, particularly defensive schemes and offensive flow. Statistical analysis revealed Bonner's recent struggles, including a 2-point performance in Phoenix's previous game against Washington. However, her overall impact with the Mercury has been notable, contributing to their improved team chemistry. The matchup promises to be compelling, featuring familiar faces in new uniforms and storylines involving former teammates and coaches.
Let me check out they last game. Like, how was she looking their last game? Oh, she ain't balling out. She had 2 points last time they played. So whenever they played Washington, she had 2 points. She played, she played bad that one. Satu Sabli is a monster, guys. Satu Sabli is definitely a monster. I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting game. Let's get back to what she had to say, though.
Defense will likely play a crucial role, with both teams possessing multiple offensive threats capable of changing game momentum. Phoenix's recent roster evolution has created a different dynamic compared to previous seasons, with new players contributing alongside established stars. This transformation has enhanced their competitiveness and created additional challenges for opponents. The Indiana Fever continues working toward their championship aspirations, viewing each opponent as a stepping stone toward their ultimate objective. Team chemistry and execution remain priorities as they navigate the competitive landscape.
Phoebe's obviously coming back here for the first time. How have you seen her fit in with Phoenix and what's the game plan against her?
I think she's fit in perfectly with Phoenix. I mean, she does a really good job. Her and AT play so well together. And she does a really good job of adding a different dimension with her ability to be that stretch four, to complement, and her and Satu being able to play on the floor at the same time with AT. She's comfortable there. She's comfortable in that system. It's going to be different to game plan against her. Her and AT both, really honestly, after having been.
Player movements and reunions highlight the interconnected nature of professional basketball, where relationships transcend team affiliations while competitive intensity remains paramount during actual competition. Sophie Cunningham has experienced tremendous growth in popularity during her time with the Indiana Fever this season. Earlier predictions suggested she would become the second most recognized player on the roster by year's end. Following a notable confrontation during a Connecticut Sun matchup, Cunningham earned recognition as Caitlin Clark's primary protector on the court. Many observers believe she frequently stands as Clark's sole defender during challenging moments.
To game plan against her. Her and AT both, really honestly, after having been on the sideline with them for a couple of years, it's going to be different to game plan against her. But I'm glad that she's happy, and I'm glad that she's found her spot.
How was Chloe so effective on Sunday? Just to come in here and hit the ground running like that.
Yeah, her stretch floor, her ability to shoot the ball is important. And Chicago played us a lot of zone, a lot more than we've seen throughout the course of the year. And so it allowed her to get free, to get loose, to be able to knock down some shots. And it's nice to have a player like that. So if teams do give us a different look, we have the ability to throw.
This protective role has created numerous new possibilities for Cunningham. Despite a subpar performance in her most recent outing, she had been delivering exceptional basketball over several weeks while securing her position in the starting rotation. Her recent prominence stems from multiple developments that have captured widespread attention. The most recent viral moment occurred when Cunningham appeared at the Chicago Sky game wearing distinctive apparel. Her outfit featured the phrase "Hot girls eat Arby's," which immediately sparked online conversations.
Yesterday against the Sky, but prior to that, for the last couple weeks, Sophie Cunningham had been balling out on the basketball court ever since she started getting put in to the starting lineup. So we got a couple of different things that have emerged when it comes to Sophie. Number one, let's start with what happened yesterday, because she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over "Hot girls eat Arby's."
The Indiana Fever secured victory against the Sky, though the performance seemed underwhelming given Chicago's depleted roster due to multiple player absences. Cunningham's entrance to the venue in this particular ensemble generated significant social media buzz. The connection to Arby's appears to represent some form of
Arby's. Yeah. She was wearing this outfit, this arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say, beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved a good bit yesterday with so many Sky members being out of the lineup. But nonetheless, she came walking in to the arena yesterday.
Social media responses varied widely, with some celebrating the crossover between sports and fast food, while others questioned the appeal of Arby's cuisine. Supporters reminisced about previous menu deals, particularly the former 5 for 5 roast beef promotion paired with curly fries. The restaurant chain itself acknowledged the endorsement, while critics used the opportunity to comment on both food quality and taste preferences. Beyond the Arby's collaboration, another significant opportunity has emerged for Cunningham. Jeannie Buss, co-owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, has extended an invitation for the basketball player to join Women of Wrestling WOW.
Nonetheless, she came walking in to the arena yesterday wearing that. There she is right there. Let's just bring this up over at Tater Report. There she is right there. Hot girls eat Arby's. I can only imagine, and I have no idea. I would assume this is some kind of sponsorship with Arby's, right? Right there. I don't know. The roast beef sandwich jokes just sort of write themselves at this point. And just like that, I want a check.
This offer originated from Cunningham's defensive actions during the Connecticut Sun incident mentioned earlier. The wrestling promotion recently participated in Comic-Con activities, where Paramount Global promoted the 4th season of WOW. Buss, who previously dated Phil Jackson, serves as both Lakers co-owner and WOW proprietor alongside her business partners. The wrestling organization's interest in Cunningham directly connects to her reputation for protecting Clark on the basketball court. David McLean, WOW founder and co-owner, addressed this possibility during a San Diego Comic-Con panel discussion.
I want a cheddar melt. Insert roast beef joke here. Yeah. So you can imagine that is really caught the attention of a lot of people. Greatest crossover ever. Imagine being so hungry you eat Arby's. What are you talking about? Arby's is freaking great. It's not as great now that 5 for 5 is no longer a thing.
His comments followed Cunningham's bold response to a WNBA disciplinary fine, which she addressed through a TikTok video that gained substantial attention. The wrestling executive praised Cunningham's defensive play and subsequent altercation with Connecticut Sun players. Buss expressed enthusiasm about recruiting Cunningham for WOW superheroes, highlighting the player's talent, commitment, and competitive intensity. This development raises questions about whether other wrestling organizations might pursue similar opportunities. Major promotions, including WWE and AEW, could potentially enter discussions, particularly given current rating challenges facing some companies.
Longer a thing, because back in the day, that 5 for 5 roast beef was dirty with some curly fries. My goodness gracious, that was great. Arby's loves our Sophie. I always knew y'all had bad taste from how bad your food is. You got to be kidding me. Oh, somebody got bent out of shape. Arby's getting the Sophie Cunningham endorsement. Priceless. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. But that's not.
The Lakers co-owner shared personal insights about witnessing Cunningham's abilities firsthand. During a Las Vegas trip to observe the Fever compete against the Aces, Buss noted Cunningham's protective instincts toward Clark. She compared their dynamic to classic hockey partnerships, specifically referencing Marty McSorley's role alongside Wayne Gretzky. Buss emphasized Cunningham's dual qualities as both an accomplished athlete and effective enforcer. The wrestling executive believes these characteristics would translate well to professional wrestling entertainment.
That's good stuff. But that's not the only thing that's interesting from Sophie. Ever heard of somebody named Jeannie Buss? You may be like, who? the Lakers owner, co-owner, yeah, that Jenny Buss. She has offered Sophie Cunningham a spot with WOW. You may be like, what's WOW? Women of Wrestling, right here.
The possibility of multiple wrestling promotions competing for Cunningham's services creates an intriguing scenario. Potential wrestling involvement could take various forms, from guest referee appearances to escort duties for championship matches. More physical participation might include using props like chairs during dramatic confrontations. Such opportunities demonstrate the broader appeal and marketability that comes with playing alongside high-profile teammates like Clark. This situation exemplifies why many players find the Indiana Fever attractive, despite some exceptions among those prioritizing personal relationships over career advancement.
Of Wrestling, right here. By the way, they were all at Comic-Con this last weekend, right here. Paramount Global Season 4 of WOW. There's Jenny Buss right there. That's Phil Jackson's ex-girlfriend, actually, too, on top of everything else. But the owners of WOW, Women of Wrestling, have offered Sophie Cunningham a position after.
Association with the team opens doors to entertainment industry possibilities beyond traditional basketball endorsements. The financial resources behind these offers carry significant weight, particularly given Buss's substantial wealth through Lakers ownership and other business ventures. While purchasing an entire professional sports league might exceed individual capabilities, acquiring multiple franchise operations remains within reach for investors of this caliber. The convergence of Cunningham's Arby's partnership and wrestling opportunities represents an unusual combination of commercial endorsements and entertainment prospects. Her journey from defensive basketball player to viral sensation demonstrates how modern sports figures can leverage court performance into diverse business opportunities.
After this was just came out over the last couple of days, but it stems back from the incident we were talking about with the Connecticut Sun. Indiana Fever forward Sophie Cunningham drew notoriety when she defended her superstar teammate Caitlin Clark with a flagrant foul and subsequent skirmish against the Connecticut Sun in June. This prompted Women of Wrestling founder.
The fast food endorsement and wrestling invitation showcase different aspects of contemporary athlete branding. Traditional food partnerships combine with entertainment industry crossovers to create unique career pathways for professional basketball players willing to embrace unconventional opportunities. These developments highlight how defensive play and team loyalty can generate individual recognition and commercial value. Cunningham's willingness to protect her teammates has evolved into tangible business prospects spanning multiple industries. The timing of these opportunities coincides with increased attention on women's professional basketball and its emerging stars.